have had very, very strong talks. We'll see where they lead. We have major points of agreement. I would say almost all points of agreement. Perhaps that hasn't been conveyed. The communication, as you know, has been blown to pieces. They're unable to talk to each other. But we've had very strong talks. Mr. Witkoff and Mr. Kushner had them. They went, I would say, perfectly. I would say that if they carry through with that, it'll end that problem.
So, according to the president, we're close to making a deal. But Iran just said there's no talks and there's no surrender. It's starting to feel like we're in a trick bag. Who do we believe?
Yeah.
This is where stuff stopped making sense to me. On one side, we told that negotiations are happening by Donald Trump. Progress is being made. A deal could come any day now. On the other hand, Iran is saying there ain't no such talks, no agreements, no movements. So now we sitting here like, okay, are we talking to them? Are we not trying to end the war? What's going on? We don't know, and we can't tell. So if we're really that close to a deal, explain this to me. Why are troops still moving? Why are ships still deploying? Why is more money still being requested? Hundreds of billions of dollars. Like this thing is about to escalate and not end. $200 billion is not a 6 or 4 week war. That's a months-long war. They don't look like peace. They look like preparation to me. So which one is it? Because you can't tell people we're days away from a deal and at the same time move like we're days away from a war getting worse. That's the part that don't sit right. That's not just confusing. It's dangerous, though. Now, let's take this one step further. If Iran is saying there are no talks, then who exactly are we negotiating with? Because deals don't happen out of thin air. They don't come out of nowhere. They happen between people with authority. So who is the other side of the table? Because we haven't seen clear leadership. We haven't seen confirmation of who's actually making decisions over there. And if leadership has been disrupted, like we've been told, then who's in a position to agree to anything that matters? You can't make a deal if there's nobody stable to make a deal with. And here's the other side of it. If talks are happening, then why is Iran publicly denying it? Why shut that down? Because if you're negotiating with strength, you would want people to know that. So what do they gain from saying nothing is happening? That's where it starts to feel like we're not getting the full picture from either side. So now we stuck between two possibilities. Either we're being told something that's not true, either we're being told something, or this situation is way more unstable than what they're letting on. And neither one of those should make anybody comfortable. Listen to the people on the Sunday show.
They were 2 weeks away from having 90% enriched uranium to make 10.
See, you know why I don't believe him is because that Tulsi Gabbard said last year that they were not close to making a nuclear weapon, and then she got sidelined. She just disappeared out the whole shebang. Nobody heard from her for about 2 or 3 weeks. And then Donald Trump said, no, she don't know what she was talking about. So why don't nobody ever talk about the fact that she got sidelined last year? 2, why don't anybody talk about Joe Kent, who said we are being led down a rosy path in which we were not about to be attacked by Iran? There was no intel that said we were under an imminent threat. Why don't they talk about that? This is Lindsey Graham, and he continues to be the war hall, warmonger, and Donald Trump's cheerleader. I don't believe a thing he says. Not one bit.
And bombs. They've got missiles that go 4,000 kilometers. We're not going to.
And I read a couple articles the other day. They don't have bombs that go that far. They have bombs that go to 2,000 kilometers, not 4,000. So why is he lying?
Live that way anymore. Since 1979, these people have been terrorizing the world. They've got American blood on their hands, and here's what we accomplished in 20 days. Their missile program has been obliterated.
But we
their
saw the
nuclear
missile that
program
went
has been
towards
obliterated,
Deir
and
Garcia.
they're running out of money. So here's what I tell President Trump. Keep it up for a few more weeks. Take Carg Island, where all of the resources they have to produce oil, control that island, let this regime die on a vine.
Is this going to, though, take Carg Island? Is it going to involve U.S. troops on the ground? Let me just read you something from The Atlantic. Does an assessment on that. They say U.S. troops may well take Carg Island. We believe their ability to do so, but only to endure ballistic missile strikes, drone attacks, petrochemical smoke, all without a reliable means of obtaining logistical support. The result could be a grinding war of attrition. They talk about how far away they would be from resupply.
I'm sort of tired of all this armchair quarterback, and this has been an amazing military operation. God bless the fallen.
But it's a difference when we talk about troops on the ground.
I trust the Marines, not that guy. I trust DOD. We got 2 Marine expeditionary units sailing to this island. We did Iwo Jima. We can do this.
Why is it he's so gung-ho for us to be on the ground in King Island? Why is he so gung-ho for us to be in war? This is a question I got. Why? See, there's a plot underneath that we're not seeing. I don't know what it is, but he's too gung-ho for me, and I don't like him. Plus, he's a liar. Now we have confusion in this situation, and it's dangerous. So the real question is, what is the actual mission here? Is the goal to negotiate? Is the goal to pressure? Is the goal to be regime change? Or are we just moving step by step without a clear end? Because right now it doesn't feel like there's a straight line from A to B. It feels like we're being told one thing while something else is unfolding at the same time. You see Lindsey Graham, you heard Lindsey Graham. You want us to take King Island. You want us to do more. More? It's going to require boots on the ground. And see, this is why I start to question everything they say. That's why it doesn't sit right with me. Because if there was a clear path, we would be jumping in and then jumping back out. And we wouldn't have all of these questions, but we have them. And that's why I feel like you guys got us in a trick bag and we don't know what's up. And until those answers line up, it's going to keep feeling like you guys are lying to us. And I want to know what you all think. Do you think there are real negotiations going on? Or do they plan to continue this war? But to what end do they plan to continue this war? You guys put it in the comments what you think. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.